Life happens. It's a phrase that I hear all the time. Yeah, life happens. But why does life have to happen so harshly sometimes? When I was 13 years old, I was very suddenly diagnosed with mixed connective tissue disease, or as I've come to understand it, unspecified autoimmune disease of the connective tissue. I'm basically allergic to myself. My immune system attacks all different parts of my body. When I was diagnosed, it was like a whirlwind of words coming at me. And the future that I once thought so attainable was suddenly totally lost and erased. This is a disease, a legitimate and severe problem that I will be dealing with for the rest of my life. My diagnosis changed the plan. And yes, even at 13, I had a plan. Sports were no longer an option. Neither was my persistent go, go, go mentality. I was told to take it easy, which for someone who never took a break was out of the question. Asking for understanding, leniency, and help from my teachers and peers presented itself as a challenge for someone who insisted on being self-reliant. I was suddenly responsible for 18 pills a day, 2 injections per week, doctor's appointments, occupational therapy, infusions, and the need to wear warm clothing and sunscreen every single day. Things I saw as nuisances and irritants. I begrudgingly lived through the rituals of recovery, but it never stopped the seemingly endless cycle completely. Flare up, miss school, stress ensues, health gets worse, flare up, hospitalization. My body has been struggling for 6 years to find a balance again. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. The most difficult part of my disease is what no one sees. No one sees the line of bruises down my back that hasn't faded for 5 years, or my cold, stiff hands and feet. No one sees the consistent dull ache in my back and shoulders that, yes, I am feeling right now. No one sees the approximately 312 shots or over 19,000 pills and counting that I have taken. And more than anything, no one sees the tears and frustration in knowing that I cannot rip this disease from myself, and that the one thing we were created with to protect our bodies has actually become my greatest enemy. This is the case with autoimmune diseases. No one sees what you're going through. And because of this, I always said, I do not let my disease define me. A stubborn and defiant remark that, while it may seem valiant, hides a lot of denial behind its bravery. I had feared that accepting it would show weakness, as would acknowledging it, and that's not something I was ready to do. I wasn't entirely wrong in my defiance. No, my disease does not define me, but how I respond to it does. After trying and failing to sweep my condition under the rug, I've realized that this disease is a part of me, and every part, good or bad, contributes to the whole person. Although I've had to sacrifice a lot of cherished abilities since my diagnosis, I know now that sacrifice was necessary to see what I truly wanted and genuinely needed. My plans aren't ruined, just altered. Instead of sports, I found theater and music. I've developed a fascination with the science of autoimmune diseases as well as the wider world of health. It's inspired me to volunteer with pediatric cancer patients, intern at medical research centers, and go to nursing school. My disease has also led me to develop new facets of my character. Responsibility and tendency to my health. Patience in understanding that this is a process that takes time. Wisdom in experiencing hardship so early in life. And gaining perspective in the face of adversity. And perseverance. Because I will not let this disease stop me from doing anything I put my mind to. I have learned that asking for help and accepting a hindrance is not weakness, but rather a sign of maturity and strength. And more than anything, I've learned that accepting a hindrance is the first step to putting it behind you. Thank you.